Yo, what's up everybody? Or got it top. So there's normally this thing that happens most of the time when boy child is being crucified. A lot of people celebrate, and then when boy child now talks, now people call on him, don't be petty, no, don't be like that, just let it go, nini, just keep quiet. That's some bullshit. Remember, man, what I told you yesterday? Keep all the receipts. It will save you. It will save your life. Mine saved me. Okay? I'll tell you guys a story venye DCI alikuwa ananitafuta. I'll tell you guys that one in a bit. Mimi nilikuwa natafuta na DCI bro. Nimekimbizwa hii Nairobi. Umoja ilikuwa siku ngapi?
1 week bro.
Yeah, kitu 1 week. Nimekimbizwa na DCI hii Nairobi kitu 1 week. Because of what alikuwa amewambia. I'll tell you the story for that one, okay? But the reason why I'm doing this one now is just to share something that I've just remembered now. That I'm about to tell you, okay? About your gari ya demo Facebook. So first of all, for the people always saying, oh, sijui nyamaza, it has happened a couple of times, and I always tell people by there, I always tell men, just keep quiet and walk away, okay? And I learned the hard way. Remember the last time when we had an issue with my baby mama and I was on trying to justify and I kept on blundering, and later I learned, I was like, nyamaza tu story die. And then now, moving on, this one, okay, first, this is not my baby mama. Secondly, I also kept quiet and I walked away and I was told everything. Everything was said about me, and she went around telling all my friends shit about me, and my friends started looking at me funny. Kwa niangalia zile za Morio. Kwani rada? Yeah, you are a user, you are this, and wananiangalia vifani. I'll also tell you the story for that one. You itaingia kwa story at DCI. So, when that happened, I kept quiet, and I would meet my friends or my colleagues in the industry. When yalenda akanichomea kwa walikuwa wananiangalia in a very funny way because hako sure Obinna. Yeah. And I kept quiet, and I was not gonna talk about it, by the way. Mimi nilikuwa nimesema because I started afresh, and I just moved on and I said, forget about it. Until the other day when history yao sasa wameenda wakakosana. And by the way, for your information, Kitonga was the best friend and they were hanging out together, and when everything was being planned against me, he was part of it, and in fact he was even an enabler. Yeah, and that one, he knows, she knows, and the friends know. And hata online mambo ilikuwa ikikomentiwa huko juu yangu negative. Mimi alikuwa anasongesha kuni, anasema niko na receipts, niko na information, nini justice da. And I was just looking, I'm like, nigga, you know the truth, man. And by the way, when we were doing the tour, I actually gave Kitonga a job. The tour that were going around, Kitonga alikuwa anatuzia tickets. He's a very good guy doing the sales and everything. He's very accountable. Alikuwa anaandika everything chini. So I didn't see that coming anyway on that side. All right. So I was not gonna talk about it, but right now it's out there, so we're gonna talk about it. So we talk about it. Omosh, si wacha mimi nichukue to shule. Sawa. Tuonane baadaye. Sawa. Haya. Nikuje tufinye. Amusha finya.
Mimi nishafinya.
Waacha wewe una work out 2 minutes una nini. Nakuja tufinye. Haya. Anywho, so this is the story.
Obinna ni aje?
Poa sana, ni aje?
Poa sana man, nadai tu ka selfie walai.
Haya, kuja hii side basi.
Ali Obinna nakutambua sana.
Uko aje?
Poa sana, mimi ni fan wako lakini mimi ni Mkikuyu.
Asante, haina shida. Si bado wewe ni Mkenya?
Kabisa. Hii inasafisha vizuri.
Hii ona venye inang'ara.
Bana maana si
haina shida, wewe piga selfie yako. Leta nikupigie. Haya, si hapo iko a bit better, but umeungua. Haya, ndio hiyo. Ndio hiyo.
Wallahi sasa hii na post jioni.
Haya, post ni tag. Asante my G.
Kabisa.
Asante. Haya. Poa sana.
Kabisa pia.
Haya. Anyway, sorry, we keep digressing. Now, let me tell you. So, around September, I think it was September 2nd, 3rd, 4th, mahali hapo, I call Mwangi. Mwangi is my guy who has been giving me cars. All my cars, most of them, I always get from Mombasa. Then nikishaendesha kidogo, natafuta do, nachangisha, nini, I trade it in, tuna upgrade. Mwangi ndo wana ni link up na hiyo. Nearly all my cars ni Mwangi ame hook up. So, I call Mwangi, I'm like, hey, ni aje G? So, I want to surprise them on Facebook. I want to give her a car because of ABCD, nini. Mwangi akaniambia sawa. Wacha nishughulike. So Mwangi akaanza kutafuta story za magari. So nikaguzia msee kwa conversation zile za ni aje. So I want to give nani a car because every Monday mimi mlipia cab na cab yake every Monday kwa kitu kama around 5,000 somewhere there. Then akitaka kwenda ku meeting nyingine lazima tena alipe tena cab nyingine, sijui nini, is a lot. Na sahi place anaenda where I want the brand to go, singependa akuwe kwa cab. So wacha tumtafutie gari na pia ilipata kani shaguzia demo Facebook, nikamwambia hey baby, nataka waanze kwenda driving school nini. So nikamwambia kuliko kuchill kwa nyumba huko Kayole, ukichill weekdays enda kwa tafuta ka gym, ingia kwa ka gym pole enda driving school. And she started going, but she didn't know what's coming, or I didn't know if she knew. All right, so nikaguzia nani, nikamwambia ni aje, so nataka kuchukulia nani kagari dema Facebook kagari hivi, unaonaje hiyo story? Wacha niokotwe. We have these things we need to do. That money we can put in another important thing. Nini. Nikamwambia no, I was just joking. It was not even serious. I was just joking. Nikalenga story, but in my head I'm like, we're doing it. So nikaanza kutumia Mwangi do, namtumia 250, namtumia so moja, namtumia 50k nini. I have the screenshots of the conversation. So naambia sasa nimetuma hivi imebaki hivi, nimetuma hivi imebaki hivi, nimetumia na mwingine anatafuta gari. Ameanza kutafuta lakini mimi nishaanza kulipa. So the car came, she didn't know anything. Gari kaende kasavisiwa nini, ikafanyiwa ikaekwa insurance, kalipa everything. Nikapanga mpaka hiyo surprise, nikaenda hapo James Suits, tukaipiga. Nilitoka tu kwa hao, hakujua what's happening. Tukaipiga. Wacha nirudi home. We. Dusa nimefika hivi alafu sasa online kumewaka. Kanambia, you mean niaje? Niaje? Niko fiti. Yes.
Yani nakupita pale nikasema nikungoje.
Asante. Yo, nakwambia kuliwaka. I told you not to get this, and then you went ahead and did it. That money, you could have done something important with it. And I'm like, yo, every other thing is taken care of. We are not hungry, we are not sleeping outside, we are not whatever. Na pia I've not even paid for that car with the money that I wanted to do other things with. Yo nililipia, napata kadili hivi kidogo nimetuma kaso ka 50. That's why I was paying for it like that. Zile mapesa unasaidianga nazo wa say side. Bara nikaanza kujiexplain kwa nini nimetumia pesa yangu kununulia baby gari. I'm like, hey, you know, I used to tell her something. I used to tell her, as a creative, there's some things I'll be doing that you might not understand because you don't have the vision. You might not see, but I would see it. I'm like this, and then also it's who I am. Nakwambia si nilijamishwa. Hata kuna time nikipeana a few other things. There's a couple of things nipenda kupeana tu manguo tu wangu nini, yuni nimesaidia kamutu. Another one. Wacha sasa hii tamu. Wacha sasa ni adopt Rosie. That was another story. Wacha ni adopt Chantel. That was another story. Sasa ubaya video sasa inaenda kuisha, lakini sasa ndo story sasa inabamba. Mbona nimefikiria hii saa hizi? Na kwamba nilikuwa na keleleshwa design nyingine na kachini hivi, I'm looking, I'm like, but well, we still managed to do it, and here we are, and whatever has happened, and life goes on. But for the boy child out there, my guy, just be careful, man. Learn from my mistakes. Okay, learn from my mistakes and do better. Yeah, that's what's up. So this one is for, oh, what's up everybody? You got it on. All right, so this one is for Rosie. Okay, so I go to an orphanage. I go to a couple of orphanages, and then I do a lot of CSR because kids are adorable beings. So there's this orphanage that I go to most of the time. Is called Blessed Assurance Children's Home. It's in Mwiki. And there's this young girl there who's normally very lively and very bubbly, na nikiingia na nikwamilianga, and she's a good dancer, good vibes. I'm like, hey, she's so adorable, ni nini. My kids also like this katoi. She's called Rosie. Then we say, let's try and adopt her. And then we find out that Rosie has a mother. Okay, she's not like a complete orphan, like the mother kidogo tei nini nini. We're like, okay, sawa. So while we're trying to do that, one time I think Rosie came to visit or something, because I had adopted Rosie, but alikuwa amekaa kwa orphanage. Okay, Rosie and Promise. There was one more. I think, but there was two. There was one more mwenye tulikuwa napanga tukamwambia mwingine nini, but walikuwa wanakaa tu kwa orphanage. So nilikuwa nimeadopt, but I'm in charge of them, but wanakaa kwa orphanage. Okay, so one time Rosie comes to visit. I think it was a holiday or something. And kucheki venye Rosie ana vibe with the other kiddos. And she's like, oh, she's so adorable, da 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 da. I'm like, yeah, so I'm thinking of completely taking her the legal way. And she's like, yes, we should do that. It's a good thing, unajua, nini nini, da da da. It's a good thing actually, mimi nimemlike venye amekam, she's very respectful, nini. But kuna venye akona ka ghetto. Kambia, yeah, she's from the ghetto. But we will train her. It takes time, pole amezoea hiyo kuongea hizo ma shembeteng venye ana vibe. Ata words yao tumia. If you look at those other episodes we've done with Rosie, there's some words she uses, but it's the environment. Then akasema sawa, so I knew we were aligned. I'm like, cool. So Rosie akakaa, I think maybe 1 or 2 weeks. I don't remember the exact time frame. So I'm happy. Rosie's here, the kids are happy, they're vibing. Kumbe she went and called my mom and told my mom to tell me and not involve her. Yeah, because ajua mamangu ndio sasa, yeah. So mama amepigwa lock. Mama akapigwa key, mama akamwambia, "Istaki Rosie hapa. Mwambie Rosie arudi kwa orphanage. Tabia zake sijui ni nini." Now, what I think she knew I don't know. My mom is my person like this. So of course, ukimwambia siniambia ataniambia. Because also I told my mom about Rosie, and mom was like, okay, let's check this, later this and this can happen, and we are even talking with the chief for that area, the lady at the orphanage. They're trying to find Rosie's mom. We're trying to see what's gonna happen. Man, sasa watu washafurahi, Rosie anaenda kwa John kwa shule yao nini. So mama kaniambia, hey, I want to tell you something, but you play, cheza chini actor fool. Mwenzako ameniambia Rosie ABCD, ataki Rosie hapo nini. And I'm telling you, siangeniambia too, because I conversed, we had this conversation together, and she agreed, because of course there's some decisions you can't make, especially when you're with someone by yourself. It is supposed to be consensual. It's supposed to be, you guys agree. And we agreed, because you can't just bulldoze your way around, So mama kanambia, so that's the story. Habari ndio hiyo, news flash. So Rosie arudisha orphanage and everything. Then nimekaa chini naona venye anacheza na Rosie. Okay, kama anambia, oh my god, Rosie did this, Rosie did that. She's good nini. Then I have the information in the back of my head. Ilinisumbua for a minute. And then I said, okay, cool. So Rosie was gonna stay with us, but during the holidays. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm not gonna move Rosie to the school that my kids go to. So Rosie will just stay in the boarding school that she goes to. Iko pale inaitwa Roka Preparatory, iko Embu, Komwea. Yeah. So I'll continue taking care of her the way I take care of her. Lakini all the holidays atakuwa na pull up, we chill, we do whatever. Yeah. That has been the story for Rosie. That's why Rosie has never been Rosie has never been living with us like permanently, but that was the initial agreement. Yeah. And then also many other issues also on the Rosie side, because also when we started hanging around, some people started thinking ule mama orphanage anaitwa Paulina ameuza Rosie, make some money, so ikaanza kukua a lot of back and forth. Then mama Rosie pia akaenda kambiwa na watu wengine, hey, Obinna anakuwa na pesa nini, so ikakuwa masimu all the time anapigia Omosh, ni aje unisaidie na rent, unisaidie na nini, so ikakuwa a lot of situations. Yeah, but that one we are managing well. But that was the other story for Rosie. And also for Akina Chantel also happened a more similar way or less. Like when Akina Chantel did the poem and I went to Dandora. And when I went there, my idea was I just go see them because Chantel just wanted to meet me. And when I got over there and saw them and saw the house they were living in, I was just like, hey, Maze, kwani how much is this rent? Sometimes this money you can eat it for lunch na ishe. Kwani how much will we lose for? Then I decided I'll take care of them, so I'll change the house nini first ifort after your side, but wakashindwa. Then Omosha katafuta kwingine tukamuvisha nini, so we take care of all that, the school fees, Chantel, the brother Aiden nini, I take care of all that. And also that one was also another cinema. It was very chaotic. Then so we had an SQ and I made a bed. There's a fundi have in Kangemi called Tande. So I made a bed. Yama nameteza furniture zangu zote. Hata hizo ziko huko zote ni Tande alitengeneza, zingine nilibai kwingine huko Star mentioned because hawajalipia promo. Na saizi niko na Dignity Furniture. Yeah. So Tande alitengeneza hizo mabed za watoi, the double deckers, then my bed, then Tande alikuwa ametengeneza. Ni zile tu nilikuwa nazo Westlands. Hizo tu. The same things, the dining table, the chair nini, and then I just changed the sofa seat which now I bought, and a few other things hapa na pale. So when Omosh used to live with me, then Omosh aka move in with us kidogo, but alikuwa na kwa SQ. Then when Omosh now left, so yo double decker nilimake for Omosh na Munez because Munez was coming from Embu. So nilikuwa naambia Munez, kuliko kama unarudi Embu, so stay here for a minute, then I will organize. So later when I organized for them a crib, Munez akapata hao yake, Omosh akapata hao yake. So SQ libaki hapo, hakuna msemaji ana stay ndani. Because akina nani pia walikuwa na room yao. We had 2 house managers. Wako na hao yao, wako na room yao yenye kuna pia a double decker bed. So when akina Omosh walienda, so nikaona ESQ imekatua hapa, iko na double decker bed, iko na mattress, iko na duvet, iko na kila kitu basically, na kuna wasio hapa, na nimetoa kina Chantel Dandora, ile kitanda haikuwa poa and everything, and I bought this, I made this, the mattress, everything, I have all those, the receipts. So I decided to give it to akina Chantel. And also there's a recliner seat that I had from before, nilikuwa na Westlands and everything, but sasa ilikuwa imekaa hapo kwa room ya my house manager, haikuwa inafanya anything, so nikapata pay your recliner. I think it's a 2-seater. Yeah. Sikuliwaka moto. Nilikuwa na kamzo nimenyamaza tu hivi, so ninapashwa, ninaambiwa da, you didn't have to do that, wachana na watu wenye mwapata nini. So I'm just sitting there in my head, I'm like, it's my stuff, we are not even using it, you see. But it became a lot of issues, and yeah, this one amongst many others. Probably roho ikinishika ndakuwa nazisema pole tukiendelea. But all the time I just used to keep quiet. You just leave the house, smile and wave, come do the show and everything, but tukirudi kuna waka moto. Kwa nini? Because you extended some kindness to some individuals here and there, and the other party was not happy about it. Yeah, a number of times. Yeah, but I'm glad that things are coming out. So let's hope if things are gonna happen later, either Kitonga or someone else. You know, the truth does not stay hidden for a very long time. Kitonga or someone else will just talk and will say things, and you'll sit down and go like, okay, this is it. Yeah, but for all the men listening, bro, keep your damn receipts. Keep your receipts of everything you purchase. What's up, everybody? Your guy, the top DCI story. So I'll try my level best to keep this within 10 minutes, so that it's also not too long. And also I'll try my level best not to mention a lot of unnecessary details, so that it's clear that unachomea mtu mwingine ama you're painting them in bad picture. So a few things that happened I will not say, but I'll use an example maybe. I'll use code words. Okay, then also I'll not mention names. All right. Okay, wacha nipige 10 minutes before watoto watoke class wanipate hapa na hizi mushene unnecessary. Okay, so the DCI story. So what happens, let me put it in context. I'll try and talk a bit faster because in 10 minutes only, TikTok inachukua 10 minutes. So situations are happening. There's a situation that kept on happening over and over and over and over and over, and I tried to talk about it 1,000,001 times and it was not changing, amongst many other situations. I've just told you the Rosie story, Chantel, and many others. So what do? So I call the uncle. Okay, the uncle is a police. Yes, Akobo Parklands police station. And I call him. I'm like, hey, Niaje, we need to talk. Pull up to the crib. The uncle is her best friend and is the father figure in her life. So the uncle comes to the crib. We sit down and we talk. And I tell him, hey, your daughter is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and this one is not well. Let's try and talk. And the uncle talks to her for a minute there. Oh, nini, kwani, nini, try and change this and whatever. And I'm like, hey, now this one is the last strike, because now if this doesn't happen, I'm out. The uncle's like, no, you don't have to be out. Situations can just be sorted, nini. I'm like, nope. And I think also have the video when the uncle was driving away na ile bike ya polisi. When he was riding away, I think you can have video, so I'll try and check it. If I find it, well, yeah. So they talk and she says, okay, I'm gonna work on this and work on this and work on this. Hata ikupita siku tatu, same shit happens. I'm like, 1 week later, pop, another one. I'm like, apanoma. So we're chatting with her and I text her. I'm like, hey, yo, mimi nimefika mwisho, A, B, C, D, this and this cannot happen, and I'm out. I've even gotten another crib and nini. She's like, no, you can't leave, nini. As usual, anytime we used to have a conversation, wiponi yake ilikuwa ni kulia hivi. Hey, yo nimejionea kitu kidogo tu hivi, na pia by the apendi kusolve my situation. You sit down, you're like, let's talk about this. No, mister, I don't want to talk about it, mister. Nini. Also, she doesn't apologize. Yeah. By the she reached out and I think she sent an email. You can block everywhere, but the email was not even for an apology. It was just like, hey, we miss you, miss us. Yeah, if I find it, I'll also put it over here. Okay, yeah, so that shows you the type of person we're dealing with. So one time nimeona imefika mwisho, so many watafuta crib nimepata, nikapanga na Omosh na Monez, nikamwambia ni aje, go pick the kiddos, pick my clothes, nini, my 1-2-1-2, the necessities that I need. Vamus, move to this crib. Now me, I take the shorty, we go to Kitengela tukula nyama, but I know I can't leave the house if she's there. If I leave the house and she's there, it's gonna get violent, it's gonna get chaotic, itakuwa manduru and everything. Also, I don't want the kids to see that story, because also she had a toy, and the toy, an amazing toy. He's a genius. I love him until now, and we struck a very serious bond with him. And story for another. I feel very sorry for the boy, but it's fine. I actually still have his picture with me on my wall. Hapo kwa wall yangu miupita with that boy there. Yeah, it's an amazing boy. Anyway, side story. So I also didn't want the boy to see. So what happens? The boy's still in school. My kiddos are in school. I think 2 of them were in the house. I think it was Rosie, Big Boss, and Brianna. Ada and Lola, I think, had gone to their mother's place or something. So we go to Kitengela. We kula nyama nini. So coming back, we're on the expressway. So we just start talking as usual. I'm like, hey, we need to talk about this. As usual, no, we can't talk about this. So it was argument from Mlolongo all the way to Westlands. I'm like, no, we've had this conversation time and time again. This and this and this is not changing. This and this is not changing. Jama mekata. We came all the way. So we get to Shell, opposite Safaricom. Kamia, I'm going for a meeting. I'll see you later. She chomokas the car, gets a cab home. Me, I move to the new Kribo. So I'm waiting for madam to call me, or the uncle is like, hey, Nadia amefika kwa keja, amepata umetoka rada. That didn't happen. She didn't call, she didn't text, she didn't do nothing. The following day, we've gone to give Badman the shamba. Tumeenda huko, me, my manager Roba, I think with the Mosh Munez, the team huko, tumeenda huko Konza nini. So naangalia hivi simu, I think it was kitu 4 something. Naona we used to have a joint account. Naona imecleaniwa. I'm like, So I text her, what's up? I'm like, hey Rada, I've seen you've cleared the bank account plan, and then also hizo ma seats that tulikuwa tumechukua hizo ni zile viti za, so there's this facility that hawa wase wanachukuanga when you buy something same as cars nini, you take it on hire purchase, so you pay some amount then ulipa pole pole. Nikamwambia also those seats that nimekuacha nazo hapo kwa crib, I bought them here, you know, and I normally pay, so also you need to be making those payments. She didn't respond. I'm like, okay, cool. I kept quiet because I think those seats that are taken were quite expensive. They were over 400 and something G's. Yeah. Anyway, side story. She didn't respond. So me a shaki na roba, I'm like, I'm like, hey, niaje, hey, money has been withdrawn from the joint account, nini, hey, nini, whatever. She didn't respond. The following morning, so me I've gotten home, I'm like, we'll sort this badai. Haikuwa pesa mingi, pesa kidogo. Let's do what? We'll sort it badai. Maybe she's angry, she's lashing out. I keep quiet. The following morning, na mushona auntie, because normally when I get to sleep, I always put my phone on silent. If I don't, I will not be able to sleep. My calls, nini, my text, notifications. So I knock, niaje, and I knock, kafungua. Omosh anasema umpigie. I'm like, hey, Omosh, that's strange. So I call Omosh, niaje. Omosh anambia, hey, tumeshikwa. I'm like, meshikwa? What do you mean meshikwa? Ati tumekujiwa kwa nyumba wanasema tumeiba mali. I'm like, huh? What do you mean? Tumeiba. I'm like, mko wapi? Ati sijui tunaenda wapi, but nimesikia naenda Gigiri police station. I'm like, okay, cool. So drop me a pin, live location. I'm dressing up, I'm following you guys right now. Akasema sawa. So mimi nani nimeshawa teke nikapiga my manager Robani, nikamwambia Robani aje hii situation, unaona ile story niliwaambia jana, imefanyika hivi na hivi. I suspect is that one. Tuingie huko hivyo tuone nini nafanyika, because now we know we are innocent and all that. Cool. Tumeenda, nimechukua roba pap. We are cruising teke. Tunafika hivi hii idea tulikuwa nimechukua roba kile tunakam hivi, about to get to Red Hill Road. Napigiwa na beshte yangu. Anaitwa Mani Bior. In the morning, he's never called me in the morning. He only pigia afternoon. Hey, uko wapi? Tuende pit stop nini? He has a very nice club by the on Langata Road. It's called Pit Stop. You should pass by Kuku Ikopo. Amazing. So Roba is like, hey, uko wapi G? Niko like, naenda hivi meeting fulani nini? Akamwambia kuja kwangu. Akamwambia swati hivi niende meeting. Akamwambia no, kuja kwangu saizi. I think that was God that was working. I didn't know because I nipigia in the morning. So I tell Roba, hey, tukimbie tuangalie Mani Biora anasemaje, and then ndio tukimbie Gigiri. So I pull up in his place, I find a couple of people, just good vibes. Oh, mimi nimeona tu leo nimeamka tu nikifikiria nikupigie nini. I'm like, okay. Ulikuwa unaenda wapi? Nikamwambia nilikuwa naenda hivi nimepigiwa. So I just tell him, my boy, nimeenda Gigiri, nimesikia. Oh, Gigiri, let me send my lawyer. Atuma lawyer wake huko. Lawyer kufika napata sasa tumepangiwa. Sasa sisi ni wezi. So Omosh and Munez are unknown people to her. And they went and they robbed the house. They vandalized the place. They beat up the house managers. By the tulitoka na house manager moja tukacha moja because of the toi. Na hata nilituma Omosh kwa shule kwenda kuchukua mtoi, I'm drop home nini, because kwa nataka jue what is happening during that time. Okay. Aya. So wamepiga house manager, wamerob hao, wamevandalize nini, wameiba 2.5 million. That was the initial story. So DCI wameningoja. So mimi nilikuwa nikifika tu hivi DCI, so akina Omosh walishikwa, ndio nikifika hivi DCI nitupwe ndani. So lawyer anaambiwa hiyo story akiwa huko. Na akina Omosh sasa washaka kwa cell. Rada nini wanako kwa cell kwa nini? No. That was our joint home. I have da. Oh no nini. So DCI huko wanasema ambieni Obinna akuja hapa kwa police station ama tumkujie. Mani Biora akanambia usiende bro, huko umepangiwa, tushapanga, acha lawyers will sort. Let's first get the cash bail for kina Omosh nini and everything. Aya. Ikaanza hiyo story sasa, cash bail. How much nini. Ilikuwa asubuhi, remember? Akina Omosh walikuwa naachwa jioni, I think to 4-5 something. Hawataki waache, wamesema wazi wachiliwa, whatever. It's just situation after situation. We paid a lot of money. Actually Mani Biora alilipa. Okay. And then you know when it's a public interest story, a lot of people are involved. So kulikuwa na watu hapo, tu maofisas, tu nini, tu mawakili, everything nini. So kina Omosh wakatolewa hiyo 4 PM. So wakakam, wakanipata hapo kwa Mani Biora. Wait for part 2 of this story. Aya, Ogadi Tap, what's up everybody? DCI story part 2. Okay, so akina Omosh wamekama wametupata hapo kwa nini, hapo kwa Mani Biora. So naambia, hey, what happened? Wanajaribu ku explain and everything. I'm like, that is a shocker. I didn't see that. I'm like, wow, how? Tumeiba nini? I'm like, hata kulikuwa na odo kwa hiyo nyumba. Nini? Remember, mimi mwenyewe zayo bado na Diana 1.8. Aya. So, apparently, story ali present. So, when she got to the house and then akapiga hesabu zake, akafanya everything, so clear the joint account. So, akaingia kwa bedroom, akatoa mattress, akatupa huko kando, akatupa manguo, akafanya nini, alafu akachukua hiyo mapicha na video. Alafu so akapiga DCI, alafu akienda huko akilia, akasema nini, akasema vitu zingine. Alafu akasema nimetoroka na gari yake, akasema kinomoshi wameiba 2.5 million, ingine sijui ilikuwa kwa safe, ingine ilikuwa wapi na nini. Aya. So DCI ni story wamepatiwa. So them, they're really trying to do their due diligence. They're like, mpaka they're like, Obinna, wow, okay, that's interesting. Aya. So si wakili wangu alikampia hapa kwa Manibio, so tukaongea, anaitwa Baraza. So tukaongea, so tukasema, tukapigia the investigating officer, tukamwambia ni aje, we're gonna come tomorrow because today ishapita, ni alafu ni jioni. Ukinyanga jioni, by the way, kwanza nilikuwa ni Friday, I remember. Ni Friday jioni unatoka Monday. Remember Monday I have to do Obinna show live. Then on that Saturday I had an event. I was doing IHRM awards. So tukapanga nikasema tena the following day. But we didn't go the following day because remember I had already been paid for IHRM awards. I don't want to mess up this clan. Then I'm like, I know that story is fabricated. Then it's not running anywhere. It's not an emergency. Nobody's dying. So I'm like, I'll go, you know. So Saturday we didn't go. So we went and did IHRM awards. Okay? So hiyo tunapatiwa information. Mazedisi wanatafuta. My cell is being triangulated. Natafutwa sasa. Haya. So IHRM awards also we posted when we were done. Kutoka hivi tukasikia walifika huko. So ikabidi, because I knew on Monday I'll go on Monday. So nikasema what we're gonna do is we're gonna shoot on Sunday. Obinna show live on Sundays that air on Monday, because on Monday we can't shoot. Tulijua watakama. Haya. So what happened? So si akina Mnezo wamereleasiwa hiyo Friday kitu 4 PM 5 tumeanza kuongea nini. I think the same evening kitu 8-9. Pap! Cyprian Nyakundi amepost story. I'm like, huh? So I'm reading the story. Akina Manibioro wanaisoma. Omoshi is reading. My bro Leslie is reading. Roba is reading. We're like, what? So basically, first ilikuwa watu Edo akina nani washikwe, then akina nani venye wali hawakushikwa, ala mimi sijashikwa bado. So ikakuwa sasa tucheze na CV, tuchome CV. Story imewaka online. I'm like, wow, this is interesting. So my mom ameona, amenicall. My dad ameona, amenicall. Nini? Now, who calls me for this story? Miguna. Actually, I'll need WhatsApp. Which story is this? Call me if you can. So I call him. So I explained to him the story. Is like, that is very malicious. Let me give you my lawyers. So he gives me 2 lawyers. One is called Dudley. The other one is called Kitinya. Okay? Ni wakili wa Miguna. So them plus Baraza. Now I have 3 wakilis plus wakili wawili wa Manibior. Sasa ito kuna wakili wangapi? 5. Na mimi niko na evidence kwa karatasi. I'm like, so first of all, these wakilis look at the story. They're like, this story is not going anywhere. But the damage has already been done. So story imeenda sato. Sisi tumefanya event, tumerudi. Sunday tukaenda tukashoot, tukachapa Obinna show live, tukamia magest ni aje, tumechange date tukashoot Sunday. So Monday tumeenda sasa. Tumefika DCI. Tumedonjo, tukaingia na wakili watatu. So kufika tukapata tumengojwa. So apparently, you remember when I was at Nani's place, at Manibior's place. So nilikuwa natafuta, because also, was it on Saturday, the Saturday? I think it was a Saturday. Also, we went there. Kutoka hivi madisea wakafika. Nikapigiwa na Bolo Bespoke. Bolo akanambia, ni aje Obi? Disea wamekama hapa kukutafuta, nyonga simu. So I'm like, Sunday the same thing pia. So phone yangu ilikuwa tuko off, maze niko like, man, which nonsense? Why am I running away? But sasa nishaambiwa na kina wakili, if you go right now, we have credible information, utakuwa ndani mpaka Monday, because her purpose is just to humiliate you. Her purpose is not even to do whatever. It's humiliation and kuchomea brand CV na picture and everything. Me niko do twendeni. Like, I will go on Monday. So now we went on that Monday. So saa hiyo DCI wameniambia we were looking for you, we've been looking for you. Ni kiburi. Like no, that's not the case. We had an event we had to go to, we had been paid, and we are still gonna come anyway. We know what we do, so we can't run away, and we are innocent. Aya. So story kanza, oh, we've been told this and this and this and this and this and this and this. Sisi pia tukatoa nini zetu. Did we go there on Monday or we went on Tuesday? I don't remember the day, because also I remember we met with Akina Kitinya first to evidence zetu, the conversation, the payment records, nini, kila kitu. Even the house renovation records zote niko nazo. Your backyard yote, I'm the one who did that. I put a gym in the rooftop, the paint work, the gypsum, the carpet, nilieka ile carpet ya wall to wall. Okay, all that I did. I have the receipts, man. So hizo zote tukazitoa zote, conversation nini. Alafu alienda pia akasema that this car alikuwa amelipa 1 million for this car, this KDP. Nikatoa evidence venye nilimtuma kwa safe, nikamwambia go take this money, I have this money in the safe. Mpaka akaniandikia ananiambia, oh, the one you came with, there is this and this. Nikamwambia go change it into Kenya shillings because in dollars. Change it, it was about 1 point something. Nikamwambia go deposit it in this bank, and nilimtuma. It was my money. Nikatoa hizo evidence zote nini, kila kitu. Pia akaambiwa sato yake. So kuna evidence. Aya, alisema kulikuwa na dokwa hao. Akina Munezo wameiba hiyo 2.5, tena ikachange kwa ni 2 million. Tena ikakuwa waliiba kwa safe, tena ikakuwa hakuiba kwa safe, kulikuwa na 1 million kwa safe, kulikuwa na 1 million kwa closet. Now what she didn't know, when I was leaving that day, nikituma Kinomoshi nikamwambia nani mchukue stuff kwa hao. I recorded videos of the closets because nilikuwa Kinomoshi hajui nguo zangu. So nikamwambia chukueni hizi manguo, chukueni hizi. So I had the videos of all the closets. So you're saying there was money in the closet, but I had the video of the closets when I left and there was no money in there. Okay? Aya. So akaambiwa aya, let her evidence. Bro, I can insist. And I bring the evidence that there was 2.5 or 2 million shillings in the house. None. Bring the evidence this guy is yours. None. Akaanza kusema, oh, I was manipulated, nini, mimi nilidanganywa, whatever. Ata gari, I was the one buying the car, then mimi sikujua venye car ilikuwa transferred into nini. Kidogo wacha sasa Mwangi sasa atoke na receipts zake, uje Mwangi the one who actually sealed this deal for this car. And Mpaps, the former owner of this car is called Mpaps the Don. Na nikiongea baka na Mpaps baka I sent her to Mombasa. Amlipia flight, Gitonga I think alienda by road or something. Akaenda kuinspect gari because I was doing a show somewhere else. Baka akanitumia video akaniambia iko sawa nini. Then later we went. So when we went, CCTV footage ya hiyo showroom iko hapo, the contract, who is buying the car, who is paying, who is the witness, everything. Tukaleta zote. Kena kwa DCI akasema pana, no, me I want this and this and this. Oh, by the way, another stories you apatia. You see that morning when the money was withdrawn, the following morning, so my cousin anaitwa Nick, nilikuwa nimempeleka huko achunge mbuzi zetu. We had some goats because every Wednesday we were buying a goat or two, because idea ushago kwetu nikibaingi livestock wazi nauliwa, watu kwetu wako hivyo. So I have livestock from different places. Then tukasema nataka kwanza another farm this side, so we started this side ya kwao, and we had bought a bunch of goats and chicken and everything, and my cousin was taking care of them. Okay, aya. So when this happened, the following morning at 5 in the morning, maze kazi nangu alingiriwa na watu maze wamekaa kuchunga sijui asibe mbuzi. I'm like, yo, how will you still even what's yours? By the hata hiyo pia niliachana na hiyo, hizo makuku hizo mbuzi niliachana nazo hiyo side nyingine. We start afresh. Anyway, now let's go back to this other story. Okay, so he brought our evidence, akasukuma story maze. Lawyer wake maze anani threaten, maze ananitumia manini. Lawyer wake sijui ni mention jina yake. Yeah, lawyer wake anani-threaten mazana ni, can you leave that guy in the next available police station? Sijui nini, we are looking for you. Nini anatumia ma threats and everything. I'm just like, this guy. Aya. So alikazana na kesi, akasukuma kesi kenda mpaka kwa ODPP. ODPP akaangalia hivi kesi, akasema this is some bullshit. There was no evidence whatsoever from my end. Mimi niko na evidence zangu zote. Kesi ikakuwa dismissed. Kesi kaambiwa, this case should be closed with no further investigation, whatever. And then anambia beshte zake mastori, but awambi ukweli. Anawambia version yenye ina make akaipoa kwa any story that mabeshte zake. It was very crazy, man. It was very crazy. Buni onekana naongeza part 3. What's up everybody? You got the top. DCI story part 3. Okay? So, where was I? yeah, lawyer wake anani-threaten na everything. Even after the DCI, after the ODPP, wame-close your file wakasema, hey, hii story, there's no evidence here, there's no case here. Bado amengangana mazi, na push mazi. Lawyer wake bado anatumia vitu zingine, whatever. Na hata pia kuambia lawyer wake ukweli. Aliambia lawyer wake the truth according to her. And that's what she told her friends. Mazi, ameshika mazi, ameenda. Amepatana na Betty. Betty Chalo is a friend. Ameambia Betty, pap. Katafuta Jalas. Akambia Jalas, pap. Mazi sasa anatafuta watu sasa anawaambia sasa. So these guys are looking at me like, what's up, my G?
What's good?
Uko firi?
Yes. Then you make her back.
Ni aje. Imekwaje?
Firi.
Yes. Hey, what up?
Dad!
Hey. Why are we shouting, bro? Why is you shouting? How are you?
Fine.
How was it? Hey,
Good.
what are we eating? I see you. Alright, so put your bag in there. Chaliro na kuweke. Aya, so amambia mabeshte zake. She has some friends she has a friend who is a lawyer.
Why lock the door?
I'm recording a video, ma'am. I didn't lock it in your face. Well, hey, where? Women. See, you had gone to put your bag. I'm recording a video. Yeah, let me finish. So, thanks. Yeah. Anyway, so she has a friend who is a lawyer. Wakamwambia, yeah, tuende tufanye hivi. So, moto inachemuka huku, but anawaambia story ya version yake. So amambia kina Betty, amambia kina nani, ametafuta Mbare, amemwambia. It's a clique, they are friends like that. They've known each other for a minute. And then also they are cows, you see. So amewambia maze, so maka Jalasa ananiangalia zile za, rada bro. Hey, what's up?
Sasa dad.
Poa sana mambo. Mwah. I see you, man. See you. Hey, sasa mami. Mwah. Close for me this time. I'm recording. My day was good. Get in, we talk. I'm recording a video. I've not finished the video yet.
So it's okay.
No, it's okay. Yeah. So guys, I think I'll conclude this story baadaye because the kids are here now and it's a conversation that I tried to keep away from them. Okay.
Which conversation?
A private conversation.
Hautaki naangalia ka comments. Wataniambia wao ni rafiki wako.
Watakwambia? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So tutaendelea part 4 itaendelea baadaye. Talk later. Let me hang out with my people. Yo, what's up everybody? So we're back. So just got home. So let's conclude on this story for this part, okay? So a lot was being said to different people that I know. Yeah, like I've just listed a couple of other names. Yeah, and they started looking at me differently. They're like, this ninja is a strange fellow. Yeah. And then also, you know, most of the time when normally you find there's a fall off between a lady and a guy, most guys don't talk. And these are the things that are making the suicide rates for men higher, because men, they always just keep quiet. They'll be told, you'll see. So normally people see the reaction. They normally don't find out the beginning, why, then nini. People always see what happened. You see, for example, if a lady goes out today and cries and says this happened, the man is the one who will be prosecuted. So like my case, she went, paid people, did whatever, said a story on her side, and I kept quiet, and a lot of people said a lot of things about me. And I'm not even doing this video to justify, due to seek for pity. No. Mi sitaki advice, sitaki hata huruma. Yangu ilinifunza. And the purpose for this video is just for the other men to learn. Okay, and also the other ladies who are listening. And for the men to know, Obinna did this mistake, let me not do this. It's for them to learn from my mistake and they can get to do better. so that we avoid similar occurrences in the society. Because if it was any other man who wasn't as strong as I was, they couldn't have managed to go through it. Because remember, this was happening, and I would still show up every Monday, and I will do the show, and I will do many other things that I'm doing, and I would still be inspirational and positive, and I'm just like, this is one under the bridge. And I would see the way it's being set, and whatever money is being paid where, for me to be nyang'anywa as what, for me to be painted as what, to be mentioned as what, and I would just be like, yeah, and I would just look at it. Do you know, it go to the extent of, even apart from telling all these people, do you know Aliana Maka Mike Sonko? Yeah. And Sonko called me, and Sonko was like, yo, Ebu returned this car here and whatever. And nimesikia story, what's happening? And I told Sonko, even Jago was there, and I told Sonko the whole story. Nikambia, hey, this and this and this is what's happening. Because alikuwa ameenda kwa Sonko, so that waende NTSA, so that gari sijui changiwe sijui from which sijui irudishiwe, akasema tumemwibia gari. Like, it's complicated. And when Sonko called me, I told him the truth, and I sent him a couple of screenshots of the evidence, and whatever. Sonko akaona, in sorry, ofala, nakalenga yo story. So like, it was to that extent. Yeah, it was that bad. Hata lawyer wake alikuwa na kamivi sometimes anatumia hizo masamon zake na demand zake, and I'm looking at them, I'm like, this ninja has not been told the truth. I'm sure right now he feels very stupid. The way alikuwa amekazana, and then ni kama lawyer wake alikuwa na personal vendetta. And it's a dude, by the way. Na ni dude mwenye amekuwa kwa industry yetu, alikuwa na date some person in the industry. So ni kama, it's like he had a personal vendetta against me, because the way he was coming with the story, I was like, you don't even know the story. You see, the guy kept on calling me and threatening me with this, oh, whatever. And I was just looking at everything. I was like, yeah. So it takes a very strong mind and a strong soul. But provided you're pure, there's a way God just fights your battles for you. Like, now I'm in a good place. This story ni story ya kitambo. Hata we are not even gonna talk about it. Mimi nilikuwa nisha move on. Baka Kitonga kapiga simu kusema pia ametandikwa, and I was like, umetandikwa aje na wewe ndio ulikuwa foot soldier? Si wewe ndio ulikuwa nini? Kumbe the dog was not fed. That is what has brought this story. And when you see other people saying, oh, don't talk about it, that is what is hurting men. That is what is hurting your husband. That is what is hurting your son, your boyfriend, your dad, your uncles, your grandfather. That is what is making them die young. Because they're told, kanyagia, suppress. How long will you suppress? When you talk about it, you let it go, it moves and everything. And by the way, I'm not doing this video to chomea anybody, I'm not to malign anybody, no. Trust me, I have all the evidences, I can back up everything. I have, hizo nilipeleka DCI, my friend. Yeah, zilikuwa zimesonga. And speaking of which, let me show you my gallery. So the boy, the son was a very good guy. Still love him to death until now. He's still on my wall of fame here. And acha nifiche uso tu yake. Yeah. So that's the boy. You see, so upper, that's the other boy. That's the girl. Let me see if I can feature this one. Could you? Become like this. So this one was us. Us boys over there. Yeah. How you see hapo? Yeah. So in the wall of fame, why do you call up? Because the boy didn't do anything bad and everything. And even the mother, me already forgave and I moved on. I was like, hii mambo, Mungu atanipigania. And by the way, I've realized one thing. Normally, in the background, imeisha. Yeah, so normally, I've realized one thing. Most people who do me dirty, there's a way Mungu ananipiganianga tu. I don't know. And it has not started today. It started since I was a boy, all through. Msichana kaminga ananifanya vibaya, then I always just look, you pray about it, you walk away, you focus on other things. You don't pay negativity with negativity. And somehow, life inarudingi tu na inafanya tu kitu tu. Nearly everybody was done me dirty. It's a very strange thing, but it always just happens with me. And here we are. And a lot of people, oh, by the way, I have a couple of DMs, people telling me due to expose nini. No, guys, that's not what I do. Yeah, I don't do expose it. After you do my team master, simwajua hao wanafanya hizo vitu zao. Yeah. because hata mkiniuliza my evidence nianza kusema huyu pia amesema, huyu pia amesema. No, that's not my job, that's not what I'm about. Me, I was just sharing my story of how I was manipulated, how I was used, how I was abused, and everything that happened, and the lessons I picked along the way so that the other people cannot fall through those mistakes. It's not about expose. All right, so that's the much you have for now. I think later I might tell you the interesting story of how we met. Yeah, how the whole thing ended up all together. It was very weird. I still don't understand it until today. Yeah, so if I've been a good vibe, maybe later in the night I will share how we met. Yeah, that was very strange. Okay. Nimejaribu sana. Huyu jamaa anachapa kazi kuchapa. Nimejaribu. Nimeona Wafila alikuja amesukuma sukuma hapo.
So, when I got home and realized that he had left, and in the car we were talking about biashara and all. Okay, that is what I felt at the moment. I felt you've left, and probably I didn't even know we'd ever talk again. That's number one. Number two, I just feel some things gave me so much confusion. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to think at the moment. I didn't know your intentions. If you're like you're leaving, or I don't know. You understand? So I don't know. Yeah, if I reach out to you and like probably if I say, oh, could I see you or something, then you say, oh no, and then it will make me feel a certain way, which probably I'll really question my existence. So yeah. That's not true. You work hard, I work hard also. And I never said mimi nimekuweka. I've never said that, and that's not even something mimi ningetaka nikuweke, just so you know, because you're a full grown ass man, I'm a full grown ass woman. Hakuna mtu anataka kuwekwa na mtu mwingine really. So don't say that.